a fight.
Happy New Year. Oh my goodness.
Man,
welcome,
this
Blake.
This podcast studio's lights.
This
Right.
good?
Woo.
Anyway,
Fight.
welcome to the podcast, guys.
I'm happy to be here.
We're full of energy because we've been drinking fight energy.
A lot of fight.
And and so that's been a good time today. I really want to talk about how we came up with fight, how everything went down, and all that for people who just are like, man, like it's so cool. Like it feels like people just like saw us talk about it, and then all of a sudden it was in stores, and they're like, wait, I'm confused. Like, what really is it? Like, what is it? And people think sometimes it's a protein powder and stuff like that. So basically, guys, the whole idea was that I had been drinking this prior like supplement like for 7 years, right? And it got to the point where it gave me a bad aftertaste in my mouth. I just felt gross drinking it, but I knew that like for me, because I have had acid reflux since I was young, that when I wake up in the mornings, I have to drink something. When I was young, I drank soda. That was the first thing I'd have every day. That helped to combat it a little bit, and then from there, I started drinking this other thing. And when I would have that, it got to the point where it was so just in my system. And like I guess they changed kind of how like what was in it, or something happened where it just started tasting like really bad. And I just wasn't a fan of it. And I ended up having to have like 5 of them a day to just be able to like have the same feeling that I would used to have off of like one,
Right.
And I just got frustrated with it. And I was like, there has to be something better out there. So I started looking at things. I started seeing like in gas stations, there's been this big boom of like those energy drinks and all this stuff. Right. And I'm like, man, I don't really want an energy drink because I already have enough like natural energy. And I don't want to be like bouncing off the walls all the time, but like where is something else I could go? And I've looked at like, NutriShop and Nutrition Factory and looked at, their stuff and whatever. And I just didn't find anything that like suited what I needed. It was all too much milligrams of caffeine. It was a pre-workout and all these things and I'm like, well, I need something to just drink during the middle of the day. Like right now, like when I'm doing a podcast. And so from there,
perfect time.
I was
for
like,
fight.
yep. So I was like, okay. So I talked to Austin, who owns NutriFit, and you've seen him at my, events and sponsors and all these things. Yeah. And, he has been just awesome in everything. Like I've always asked him questions about things. I had told him that like I was kind of wanting something like this, and he was like, well, would you want to, create something on your own? And I'm like, like, I think that would be super cool, but like, what does that entail? I don't really know. And so, that's when I started talking to you and I was like, okay, do you think this could actually be a thing? And I know that, and you and him have worked so closely together and have been friends for a long time. So it just seemed like an easy like triangle, you know what I mean? And I basically was like, this is what I want in it. And this is what I don't want in it. Right. Like, I don't want to feel super crazy and like, pumped up like for a workout. I just want to feel this like steady, clean energy. Can we do this?
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah,
absolutely. Because what a lot of people don't realize is like, not all caffeine is the same. I explain it with the analogy that like, not all beef is the same. You can get a burger at McDonald's, or you can get a burger at the Patterson House.
Right.
Very different grades. Of beef. Caffeine is the same way. There's all different grades of caffeine. Using good caffeine, using it, sourcing it from natural products.
Right.
And the more we got to talking, there really wasn't anything on the market like it.
Yeah.
There might have been some things that might have been similar, but then they would have like a thermogenic aspect to it.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not just trying to like sweat all day.
Right. Yeah.
That plays a good role for some people, but not an all day, every day type situation.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to kind of find something that would like be able to plug and play anywhere where you need energy.
Yeah.
And especially with the biggest thing about it is the amount of focus ingredients.
Yes.
That's what we wanted to bring to the table. It's got 125 milligrams of caffeine.
Right.
But the focus that you get carries you more than just the reason why you had to start getting 4 or 5 of those other drinks is because you were developing a tolerance to the caffeine.
Right.
Because when the caffeine kicks off, there's nothing else there. But when you have other ingredients that are actually giving you what you want to be able to focus about it and actually like get things done and feel accomplished, then you're not, you can develop a tolerance to the caffeine, but these focus ingredients aren't really the same as far as the same kind of tolerance. So it can be something that can really just help in the middle of the day doing a podcast.
Yep.
cleaning up around the house.
Yeah, for sure. If you're sitting at your desk at work,
Yep.
if you're virtually just at home and you're like, man, my kids are going to be home soon. And then, I'm just sitting here and like, I'm just really dragging or whatever. And you're like, well, I'm not going to work out till 6:30 at night. So I don't want to take a pre-workout. It's like,
Right.
this is like the perfect thing that's going to keep you ready for your night workouts and not keep you up all night.
Yeah. And the people that don't really know what it goes into creating a supplement product I don't think they have really any idea how intentional every aspect of this product is.
Right.
And we did have a whole nother episode where we talked about, hey, we're coming out with this product. It's out. We got it.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like, okay, we hope our clients buy it and stuff like that. And then now here we are.
Yep.
Getting able to circle back, talk about it again, because now it's continuing to grow.
For sure.
And now we are in
all the nutrition factories.
All the nutrition factories.
Yep. Yes.
I saw the post. Really wanted that one to play out.
Yeah.
That it got picked up in the one in Ottawa.
Yeah, in Chattanooga.
Ottawa.
So anybody out in Chattanooga that you're listening, you can go check it out. Which is super cool. And then also there's
that's so awesome.
It is.
We weren't together when I saw that post.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a cool feeling of seeing something that's, I mean, it's only a couple hours away, but it
still felt like
it's outside of our immediate market.
It could have been like 18 hours away.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Yeah.
So
it's like, whoa, all the way to Ottawa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
I just like saying Ottawa.
Oh my gosh. So yeah. So I definitely, it's in Hendersonville, Smyrna, Nashville location, 2 Murfreesboro locations. Where else we got? Clarksville, Cookville. I'm trying to think.
Tullahoma.
There's a lot. So the Cool Springs location, like there's just so everywhere. So pretty much, guys, you can go find, if you just type Nutrition Factory, you're probably like, I don't know, 15 minutes away from it. Like it is like,
they're all over,
and which is awesome. And so I don't know, for me, it's been one of these things of like, okay, so when it comes to it being in stores, be like, wow, that's a really big deal. And I'm like, it is such, like, it's not even about it being a big deal. It is just the whole mindset and idea that it, like, when I asked them, I said, do you have any female ran businesses like in your store? And they came back and said, yeah, we think we have one product or whatever. And so I was like, okay, well, so when they told me that, I'm like, man, that's so cool. Like there's maybe one other product of that's like a female ran business, and I think that that's just a testimony to, again, the brand in itself, that like, yes, I have a team of people that help with everything that I have going on, from podcasting to, clients to, the supplement, with Fight, from every aspect. And it is awesome and it's super cool. But like to be on there when there's 150, I guess, supplements in the store or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And to be one of 2 that's female ran business, like I thought that was super cool. And I think that should be another set an example for more women out there. They're like, you know what, like I could do something like that. Or like, man, I really want to do this because in my personal battle with health and fitness, like no one has this out there. And so I want to encourage you that like you can go do these things, but when you put this blockade up that you already expect that it's gonna be too expensive, or you already expect it's gonna be hard, or you already expect that like no one will listen to you or no one will care, or you know what I mean? Like to really just like focus on what do you want and fight for it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
100%. I mean, this is every aspect of what's in there, from the particular vitamins and minerals that are in there, that are vitamins that help you, are associated with immunity and health and feeling better, down to the amount of caffeine, of realizing one scoop is less than half of what like the big energy drinks at the stores are.
For sure.
It's one scoop is cheaper than one energy drink.
Yes. Yeah, guys, you're gonna get 30 servings within a canister.
Yep.
And we sell it at $40. So does Nutrition Factory. So you can always go there and get that. So again, you're spending like $1.15 per scoop or whatever it is. And so again, or you could just go and pick up Red Bull and pick up, Bangs and like all these other things, and feel this like crash and the jitteriness, and know that like you're really not putting anything good into your body when you have those things. And with Fight, you can be rest assured that, like, yeah, you may not want to have caffeine throughout your day, but you're like, man, at least I'm getting those vitamins in, or that recovery properties. You know what I mean?
Well, what I love about this is everything on the market has started just increasing caffeine content.
Yes.
Like when Monsters came out, it was like Monster.
Yeah.
They have like, 200 something milligrams of caffeine.
Right.
And then I worked in a store that sold supplements, and like to watch the trend of all the caffeine content go up and up and up. And as people's tolerances go up, just like you were talking about having to do 4 and then 5 of those drinks, as people's tolerance come up, instead of giving someone a solution, people, the company started just giving more and more and
what
more and more.
Yep.
And caffeine in of itself is not bad.
Right.
But when that's all you're drinking, which with most of those ready to go drinks, when you open a can, that's essentially all you're really getting.
Right.
And caffeine, you develop a tolerance to, there's a crash from it.
I talked to someone the other day that told me that they would have like 1200 milligrams of caffeine a day. Like this young dude. And like, I was like, what in the world, and then they hit me with like, oh, but like, so how's like the beta alanine, or like, you know what I mean? They like try to like talk to me about Fight or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, you just told me that you're having 1200 milligrams of all these different energy drinks, and you're worried about my 125 milligram vitamin pack,
not having beta alanine.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was.
See, and that's the other thing. Like, we want people to know, like, it's got you flipping the tire on it. It's called Fight, which is an action.
Yeah.
So this almost feels like a call to action,
right,
within what it's named. But at the same time, it's dosed in a way where you can double scoop it if you need to.
Yep.
But
have a half scoop if you need to.
With the focus element of it, being able to try 1 scoop and maybe be able to provide people a solution to getting their caffeine tolerance in check.
Right.
I think, unless there was something that I don't remember, I think 900 was the most I ever drank in a day.
Yeah. I remember when you used to
I drove to Pittsburgh and back.
Yeah.
And I had 3 banks.
Yeah. That's wild to me. I will say too, guys, when we talk about Fight, like I say Fight Energy, so it's an energy booster. So it's not a pre-workout. So there is that difference, because with pre-workouts, what is the element that usually you have in that pre-workout?
Well, I mean, obviously what everybody looks for is the caffeine, but typically what people don't like about pre-workouts is that tingling, itchy feeling.
Yes.
Which can be a combination of either or the combination of niacin and beta alanine.
Right.
They have a very good role that they have in fitness when you're actually working out.
Yeah.
Of helping with lactic acid and things like that. They play a role.
Yeah.
But it does give you that weird kind of crawling, itchy, tingling feeling that can be overwhelming for some people.
For sure. And cause more anxiety. And we have so many people in a state of constant anxiety, depression, kind of these negative emotions because of the world that we're living in right now, that like, okay, the premise is you are trying to focus on your health, right? You're trying to get away from being more anxious and being, depressed and all these things. So this is, again, mood booster, health, health focused. And you're going to feel good after it. And so I really encourage people that, like, we're going to be doing some taste testings and stuff at different nutrition factories. Come out for that. I always have it at MoveFit as well. So you can get some samples at any MoveFit that we have. And then from like other events and stuff that we participate in and sponsor, we have it there as well. And people are just really surprised. And I love that. I want to continue to keep surprising them with everything that Dani D Fitness has in store. And,
I mean, I think it definitely surprised some people actually being on the shelf with some of the big name brands and stuff like that, which is awesome. I mean, and hopefully this is going to be the vision of what we're doing and being able to put out some more products. They can kind of play off of this as well and just continue what we're doing.
Yeah, I definitely am focused on, getting Fight into other aspects and other places and things like that. So if you're ever interested, feel free to reach out to Dani at DaniFitness.com. If you're like, wow, Fight could be really useful in my gym or in my store or whatever, we'd love to talk to you about that and create that partnership and that, potential collaboration. From there, guys, I really do want to say thank you for always listening to the podcast. I appreciate it for, people that leave a 5-star review, who subscribe to it. It means the world to listen to all the things we got going on, because again, like, social media, you miss a lot of things. We've been desensitized to things. So sometimes when you're just driving, stuck in traffic, especially that Nashville traffic, to listen to us and us be your go-tos really means a lot.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for that as we go into 2022.
It is an honor
being more thankful and everything.
For people to take their time to actually listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, at least.
I know that's right. And I will say too, guys, for those of you that do go into Nutrition Factories, anyone that you do, please tag us and put it on your story or whatever, and we're going to share it. But we're doing kind of a giveaway for that. So through the end of January. So if you go in, buy some, please just let us know. Again, we appreciate the ones who've been buying it and like, don't let us know. That's awesome too. Keep doing what you're doing. But we really do appreciate the shout outs.
It's what's going to keep this train moving and keep it going. Do more great stuff.
And I appreciate all the support. We both do.
Yep.
Until next time.